In this very quick video guide, I want to show you how you can replace the sky in a picture in Photoshop using new tools. So the first thing I'm going to do here is open an image, and then I'm going to unlock the layer by double clicking on the layer. So you can use an image of your own. You can get it from Adobe Stock, or you can get it from a website like Pixels. So I've chosen this image because it has a nice sky, but let's say I want to replace this. So all I need to do is go here, edit, and go down to the sky replacement. When I click here, Photoshop is going to automatically detect the sky area in my picture, and it's gonna help me to change it quickly. There you go, it already made the change. Now, the beauty of this is that you have here a lot of sky presets, so I can try different situation. And you see, it's not a simple replacement. It's also like blending with the rest of the image. So it's a really nice and neat and clear substitution. Now make sure the sky is good for in terms of size with your image. Then you can just proceed here and find the one that you like. So it also changes the light inside the image, so everything that looks, the photo montage looks more solid. So I think it's a really outstanding new feature, intelligent feature that we can use in Photoshop. And you can continue here with all of this sky. If you want, you can open another sky here in your folder. So you can also download and use other pictures. So if I use this picture here, which is from another file, you can see it's just, change the sky. Now you can also shift the edge, which means you can adjust it a little bit there on the horizon. And also you can increase the fading of the edge or the crease. And then you can also change the brightness, the temperature. And again, this is going to affect the whole image and also the scale of the image, because again, sometimes it could be too big or too small. You can also flip it, and here you have other options. So you can extend or reduce the sky area. So if I want to see more sky, I can like paint here, and it's going to show more sky on that area. You have a brush, you have a size, so you can increase visibility of the sky in the background right there by brushing, or you can decrease using the minus. Let's go to foreground adjustment. You can adjust also the foreground lining, the edge lining, color adjustment also. And that's it. When you finish, you can output to a new layer, or you can duplicate layers. So let's just do new layer. And there you go. So we have now the sky replacement group right here. And we have the sky brightness. We can turn that on and off. We have the sky temperature. We have the sky. And here also the edge lining replacement. These are all like subtle replacement that you can try to turn on and off, and the foreground color also. So everything is distributed into layers, so pretty handy and easy to change. And also you can use the opacity, of course. And also you can see you have the pass-through blending layer, but you also have like the classic blending layers if you want to try with something, a little bit different. Now, if you want, you can also remove the background. You cannot use these two because these are for characters. So when you have like a portrait, you have a character, you can isolate the character and remove the background, but it's not gonna work here. So if I, well, let me just do like remove background. You see, it cannot find that. So what we could do is use instead the subject selection or object selection. Now, if you're interested in the character or portrait, you can see another video guide in this list, or you can check the Photoshop video course if you're interested. Now you can see that now when I roll over on the sky area, it's going to detect again intelligently where the sky is. So if I click there, it's going to select it. So it's going to take some time, but eventually, there you go. It's going to create a selection. So I can press the delete key and I can completely delete that area. So if I delete, I'm going to have a completely transparent background. So I can place there anything I want. And that's basically what sky replacement is doing. It's just changing the sky by removing the old one and placing the new one that we select. But also with the object selection, we can select like other parts of the image. So for example, I can select the street or the mountains. I can create new layers quickly. So I can do a layer via copy. And once I have those layers divided into others, I can work with all the parts of the image. So it's a really interesting feature that it's give me a lot of freedom to manipulate the image. So let's say I want to work here with only with the road. I can select the road and I can use again some blending modes, or I can apply a tint to this layer. So I can make it brighter, darker, whatever I want. Now, since I copied the layer, the old layer stays behind. It stays on the bottom of this layer distribution. Now you can see here I'm enhancing the street with color dodge, and I can also like adjust the opacity a little bit if I think it's too strong or not. And then I have here, I want to have another layer for the mountains so that I can, isolate and work basically with anything. So right click, layer via copy. And one thing you want to make sure of is that you are on the right layer when you're using the selector here, the object selector. Otherwise, it's not going to select anything. Make sure also if you want to sample all layers or just one layer. So if I click here, I don't want to sample like the background, I only want to sample the foreground right here. So there you go. And layer via copy. So you should see something in here as a thumbnail. Otherwise, you're not selecting anything if you have like an empty space. And here I can play a little bit also with the mountains and see which effect works the most. Okay, so perhaps I can make this a little bit brighter. Now, if I double click, I also have layer styles. So I can apply a color overlay. And then again, I can play around with the blending modes. So if you're interested in Photoshop, again, check the Photoshop video course, or we also have other courses in the channel you may be interested in graphic design, 3D design, and video, web, and so on. So please subscribe to the channel also if you want to stay updated. And also you can join the channel as a supporter if you want to support us. Just continuing to play here with the gradients, override, overlay, and you see you can get really a lot of effects here. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video, again, subscribe and see you in the next video guide.